Welcome to electrical engineers, the power engineers who are ambitious to crack IES 2017 in electrical engineering with a revised pattern and scheme. As you already know, this IES 2017 will be a 3-tier or 3-stage system. So the stage 1 is basically preliminary exam. So this preliminary exam will have a weightage of 500 marks. In paper 1, the general studies and engineering aptitude. So in this almost there is a 70 to 80% change in the syllabus compared to the previous syllabus. What is that changed syllabus? You will come to know. Now, as for paper 2 in the stage 1, the entire electrical engineering with a new syllabus, some additions are included. So total 500 marks in the stage 1. Now if you see the stage 2, in the stage 2, conventional papers, paper 1, paper 2. So you belong to electrical engineering. Yes, you choose electrical engineering. So each paper 3 hours duration, 300 marks, total marks 600 conventional. As I told you, the preliminary marks will be included in the stage 2 marks, that is now total becomes 1100 for written. Now stage 3 is nothing but personality test or interview as usual. It has a weightage of 200 marks, total 1300 marks. Of these 1300 marks, so the selection will be the students who get the highest score. Fine. Now stage 1 importance I want to give you briefly. It is a screening test, I can say. It is a screening test for stage 2. Completely new syllabus. Screening test doesn't mean that after you clear prelims, its marks will not be included. They are going to be included. Your final selection will be including the marks what you get in stage 1 prelims. Also the marks of stage 1 included in final selection, as I mentioned. It is useful for PSCs and PSUs. You know, the prelims is purely objective type. Most of the state service commissions in India, they are based on objective type. Similarly, PSUs, they are also based on objective type. There are certain public sector undertakings, you know, like SAIL. They are covering the questions based on the general engineering, basic engineering, which every student is supposed to know, every engineer is supposed to know. An electrical engineer should know something about mechanical. A mechanical guy should know something about electrical. Now, fortunately, the revised syllabus of engineering aptitude covers the basic engineering subject. So, if you prepare for the stage 1 prelims of the latest pattern of IES-17, you can crack any other public sector undertaking exam in India with a very easy way. Now, it is also useful for GATE. As I mentioned, it is purely objective type. Of course, IES may be little bit theory oriented, conceptual oriented, but if you solve little bit numerical questions, then it will be useful even for GATE exam also. Now it covers theoretical conventional questions. See, in the stage 1 preparation, you have to go to each and every theoretical concept. You know, in the conventional papers, stage 2, definitely there will be some theoretical questions. What you prepare for stage 1 for objective approach will be useful also for the stage 2. Now, it is a good foundation for stage 2. Now, let us see the importance of stage 1 and the preparation strategy for stage 1. The syllabus given in the stage 1 will become a foundation for all competitive exams in India in engineering. See this, there is a focus on technical subjects. So with respect to technical subject, what I suggest, it is objective pattern. So you have to cover the synopsis, the theoretical part of the subjects in detail before the prelim exam itself, fundamental concepts. You can't compromise on anything. Reason, there is no choice. All questions are compulsory in objective paper. So there will be choice in the mains, conventional. Since there is no choice, and it is one of the main exam which will filter the students to the final exam, so you cannot compromise on any subject, any concepts. So don't compromise on the fundamental concepts. Now formulae, every formulae, you understand, if possible, understand their derivations and understand how to apply it to small numerical questions. Right. Now, preparation strategy for stage 2. See, the time period between stage 1 and stage 2 may be between 4 to 5 months. See, whatever preparation you have done for stage 1 is 70% the base for stage 2. So what you have to prepare in additional? Some lengthy numerical questions. I am expecting, based on the discussion from our subject expert team, in the mains, the UPSC may focus not only on fundamental principles of derivations, but also the problems related to design perspective. So the time is sufficient. 4 to 5 months is not an ordinary day, it is more than sufficient. With the foundation what you have done for stage 1, you can prepare very comfortably for stage 2. You need not worry about it. Your main problem will be for stage 1 because of the limited time. Suppose you are going to complete your BTech in the month of May or June. So from June to prelims, say up to February, 8 months period. So in this 8 months period, you have to cover the general studies and engineering aptitude, entire electrical engineering, almost the electrical engineering syllabus, our subject experts say there is an increase of 20 to 30%. There are so many subjects added also. So your time is very precious. So you can't go for very lengthy numerical questions before stage 1. Don't burden yourself. Your efforts may become diluted if you are appearing for the IES for the first time. So if you are a repeater, you may, but if you are appearing for the first time, you should have a calculated preparation. You can't focus on very lengthy questions, keeping in with a vast syllabus for stage 1. Right. So what I suggest, those who are particularly preparing for IES for the first time, prepare in an objective way without compromising on any concept, solve little bit numerical questions, not very lengthy numerical questions, so that you can crack GATE exam also. Right. Now our subject experts of electrical, they will discuss the changes happened in electrical engineering.
Hello friends, I am B.S. Krishnavarma. I am going to talk about the major changes that happened in paper 1. As you are aware with the old syllabus, this time control system has been moved to paper 2 and circuits and EMF has been merged into single subject. But there are some addition of new subjects, that is engineering mathematics and basics of electronics engineering and computer fundamentals. If you now observe, this time it has been into 6 subjects. 1, mathematics. This is completely new, but he is focusing on all the basics of what electrical engineer require, as this talks about matrix theory to series and differential equations, Fourier series. As you are aware, they are very important in power engineering, and probability and statistics are very important to communication systems. So this subject is completely new, and all the topics are relevant to electrical engineers and their applications. When it comes to electrical materials, everything is same, but the focus is to add certain new topics on photoconductivity and nanomaterials with superconductors. So it's same, but he is emphasizing on the latest trends in nanomaterial and nano engineering. This subject previously was separate, electrical circuits and EMF. Now it has been merged into a single subject. The point here is synthesis has been removed, and wave propagation and transmission lines are not mentioned. When it comes to electrical and electronic measurements, this has been unaltered, except he has added Q meters, and analog to digital and digital to analog converters has been shifted to paper 2. When it is computer fundamentals, now this is the complete new subject that has been introduced. But I could remember that this is what we learn as computer organization in our BTech. Most of the universities do recommend this as an elective course. So this subject relates to that, which is basics of computer organization, but this time fundamentals of digital, especially the number systems and Boolean algebra has been introduced in this subject. Now when it comes to basic electronics engineering, though this has been highlighted as a different subject, but the content is everything same to what we have learned already in analog electronics. That is, the EDC part of analog electronics has been introduced in this. So the overall changes are very effective, and it is a clear indication that he is emphasizing on latest topics, and I hope this change is for the good. Thank you.
Hello friends, I am Shankar. Now I am going to talk about changes in the paper 2 of electrical engineering. As you are aware that every electrical engineering student will feel paper 2 is somewhat challenging. That is true because all the heavy subjects are in this paper 2. So if you prepare very systematically, then you can crack or you can score more marks in this paper 2 also. Coming to the subjects, number of subjects are not changed, but there are some additions are there. Those additions are microprocessors and communication systems. Earlier it was as a separate subjects, but now they are merged into analog and digital electronic subjects. In addition to that, systems and signal processing subject is newly added here. Next, let us talk about subject wise the analog and digital electronics. Here there are major changes. There are no extra topics are added, but the syllabus is certain portion is moved to other subjects. That is, EDC portion earlier in this subject, but now it is moved to basic electronics engineering, which is covered in paper 1. Next, operational amplifiers to multivibrators, these things are still remaining in this subject. Next, digital electronics portion, it is still in this subject, but some topics like number systems, number systems and Boolean algebra was added to the previous computer fundamentals that was covered in paper 1. And coming to communication, it was earlier as a separate subject, but now analog and digital communication systems are included in this subject as a single subject. Next, microprocessors, earlier it was a separate subject, but microprocessors also included in this portion. So completely the electronics part, that is analog electronics, digital electronics, microprocessors and communication systems all together merged in as a single subject. And major observation in this is EDC portion you will not find in this syllabus, but that will be covered in paper 1. So I can say that there are no changes in this. This point every student has to understand. Next, let us move to the second subject, systems and signal processing. This subject is newly introduced in paper 2. We can say this is somewhat extra portion for the paper 2 in addition to the present load. In this subject is newly added in engineering services, but this is already present in GATE syllabus. So if you prepare all fundamentals and somewhat derivations and all these things, anyhow this is a fully mathematical subject, it is very interesting also. The same preparation you can use it for GATE objective exams as well. And in addition to GATE, here the extra topic is signal processing. Signal processing probably every BTech student they might learn in their engineering. So those topics are added here. So this point everyone has to understand. Next, let us move to the next subject, control systems. Earlier control systems are in paper 1, but now it is moved to paper 2. We can say there are no changes, no much changes in this subject, but linear state variable feedback, this topic is added in addition to the previous syllabus. So this is an extra portion, and compared to the previous syllabus, sample data systems and non-linear systems and some engineering system components, pneumatic, hydraulic, all these systems, these modeling concepts are not mentioned specifically in this. So we can note this point. So that is about control systems. Next one, electrical machines. By looking into this slide, you may feel that some portion is reduced. The slide is giving that meaning. Earlier syllabus was lengthy, but a new syllabus is a little short. But earlier syllabus was a detailed topics are mentioned, but now all the topics are given in briefly with single word. It cover wide range of the subject. So I can say there are no changes in electrical machines. And in addition to that, servo motor and stepper motors are added here. But these are also there earlier. In that, fractional kW motors are mentioned. So in addition to that wording, here it is used a new word. So we can say that there are no changes in electrical machines. Next subject, power systems. Power systems, we need to understand few changes. In that, generation side, earlier nuclear power stations was mentioned, but present syllabus, new pattern, nuclear power systems are not mentioned and gas power plants are included. Okay, that is the main change. Coming to distribution systems, ring and radial main systems are included in this new portion, but earlier it was not there. That is another change. And previous pattern, HVDC and facts concepts are included, but here, previous one only HVDC was mentioned, but this time facts also added to that. This point I will talk about this in the power electronics also, that will come later. Next, distributed generation. This is a new topic, very new topic. Distributed generation means the generation is located at the load side, so that transmission and distribution will be removed here. So the trend is moving towards smart grids. In the smart grid, renewable energy systems will play an important role. That will be our future for the power systems. So recently, even in the global summit also, our Prime Minister also talked about this global warming and all these things. So for all these things, smart grid will be the future. So in order to address that, I feel distributed generation, solar and wind power plants are also included in the syllabus. This is a really good change. In addition to that, what an electrical engineering should contribute for the global warming aspect, for that environmental implications of these power plants also included, and fundamentals of power economics is also added here, but the load frequency control concept was not mentioned. So all these things will come under these things. So you need to understand the major changes in power systems. So that is about this subject. Next one, power electronics and drives. Earlier the title was only power electronics, so there was no special emphasis on drives, but now the drives also included here. And devices portion, there are no much changes, but IGBT is also there earlier, but it was not mentioned specifically, but now IGBTs are specifically mentioned. And converter analysis portion, that is AC to DC, DC to DC, and DC to AC, and all these converter analysis, there are no changes. But one portion is elaborated. In the previous syllabus, switched mode power supplies is given simple word, but now SMPS topic is elaborated, that is switched mode DC to DC, switched mode DC to AC, and then the major change in power electronics is resonant converters. It is somewhat above BTech level, I can say, but resonant converters is very interesting topic, but if candidate need some sort of deep understanding on the fundamentals. Apart from all these things, another new topic is included in power electronics, that is high frequency inductors and transformers. Normally everyone will study about a transformer at power frequency which is in the order of 50 Hertz, but this topic will address the high frequency operation of the transformers. These changes need to be understood. So these are about changes in paper 2 of electrical engineering. Apart from all these syllabus changes, I would suggest every student that you try to focus on fundamentals very strong. At the same time, try to learn derivations also during this preparation itself. Don't have a mindset that I will learn the derivations after prelims. So practice some derivations and small numerical questions, and a very lengthy questions you can solve after prelims. That is fine. But if you prepare fundamentals very strong, then you can utilize this knowledge not only for engineering services, you can utilize this for GATE and all other PSUs also. Thank you.
Thanks to the professors Verma and Shankar. So my dear student children, you might have got some message. If you need any more clarifications, you can mail to us. Anyway, by seeing this enormous syllabus, don't be panic. It is very simple if you think it is simple. So, if you need any motivational guidance, if you need a good relevant study material, and if you need the right test series better than the best, approach ACE Academy. To win the race, join ACE.